I was hoping season 6 was going to be a really good one to start off with, but things have not gone our way, and we've got a tough match against Servette today. Can we get this season back on track? Let's find out. Roll that title. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 26 of the Liechtenstein Challenge here with Vaduz. And as I mentioned in the intro, things have not gone according to plan at the start of this season. We have not won a game in the Super League, and things haven't gone too well in Europe, which I will show you in a moment. But as we can see, we have lost 3 games in a row really badly, I must admit. The first one was a 2-0 defeat to Winterthur. We actually played okay in this game, I thought. But Winterthur found the back of the net and we just could not score. A lot of average ratings for our team. We had 4 shots on target, funnily enough, 8 overall. And my XG wasn't too bad compared to Winterthur's, but I think they were just a bit more clinical. Yeah, so a really annoying result. And then we had a home tie against Zurich, and if I'm not mistaken, we haven't won against Zurich since 2027, so about a year. And we've had some really bad defeats, and this one, to sum it up, was absolutely atrocious. 6-2 in the end. We also had a player sent off in Noah Siddiqui. They just ran riot with a 4-2-4. I think, yeah, Victor Valdez is still in charge with them at the moment. So yeah, we got it back to 3-2 in this game. So they scored 3 early goals in Katic, Barnier, I believe that's how you pronounce it, and Matifba. But Selle and Mesonero got 2 goals back for us. Mesonero had probably one of the best games I've seen him play for us since he signed for Vaduz. I think it might have been last season or the season before. But, I mean, Lacasso, you can probably see there on the left, just completely... don't know what happened, to be honest, to him. I think they just turned on the pressure after the 78th minute. We just didn't get that third goal that we needed. And Conceição and Stojkovic got 3 more goals, which compounded us to probably our worst defeat in the save, 6-2 to Zurich. They had 17 shots, 11 on target. I mean, they completely destroyed us. And Victor Valdez's 4-2-4 continues to baffle me. He's getting the necessary results. So, you know, who knows? Who knows what Zurich will do this season? But not a good result from us. And then to wrap it all up, we lost 2-0 to Lausanne. I went a little bit more cautious in this game, and I thought we were very close to sneaking a draw. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. 2 goals from Morandi and Barry in the 82nd and 86th minute. They deserved it in the end. Just disappointing that we couldn't get a point from this game. And yeah, we just need to move on. So I'm going to show you what happened in Europe, and then a couple of transfer updates, a little bit of general information as well, and then we're going to get straight into this Servette game. And if you haven't done so already, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks. So the opposition that we played was a team from Poland called KGHM. Not going to even pronounce the first name. Lubin, I believe it is. And they're not a bad team. They came second last season in the Polish first division. So it was going to be a tough match for us. The first tie was in Poland, and let's show you the goals and the highlights from that match. So first off, it was a goal from Razaza. I think that's how you pronounce it. Lovely goal into the box. And then up until the 81st minute, they dominated the game. But a goal from Luke Nataro, I think there was a deflection there as well, secured a 1-1 draw for us in Poland. So things were looking good And we started well in this game. An assist from Selle here to Jonas Verlen, who was one of our young Liechtenstein players, putting us 1-0 up. And I thought things couldn't get any better, but unfortunately, they equalised through a great goal from Novak. So it ended up going to penalties. Nicolou, a goal for us. McCowan as well for them. It got to a stage where it got to 5-5 and we both missed a penalty. Unfortunately, the highlights for some reason aren't showing their missed penalty. Maliat here with a good penalty for themselves. Verlin actually missed the penalty. I believe that was at 4-5. And they did miss a penalty, and then it went to sudden death. It didn't look like either keeper was going to make a save. Korov here with a good penalty for them. Aradaji as well. And then it got up to Razaza. They scored. Unfortunately, Julian Keller took the penalty and missed. And we are out of Europe, unfortunately. So that means we are out of Europe and we are going to have to go back to the drawing board when it comes to Europe. Yeah, really disappointing, but KG, HM, they deserved it, I think, in the end. We just couldn't take advantage at home, which is really annoying. I believe they're going to play Partizan in the next round. They already have, so that would have been a good tie to show you in the third qualifying round. I'm not sure who plays them in the fourth round. Let's have a look together. So if we got past KG, HM or Partizan, we would have ended up playing Lillestrøm or Hapoel Beersheva from Israel. I think that would have been a bit too much for us, but you never know. And with these league phases, I found it in previous years that you just need the luck of the draw to get through. Prime example for me was in Iceland. I had a number of tough ties in these qualifying rounds where you just don't get the automatic qualification. So it is what it is. So I'm just going to update you with a couple of transfers that we made and some general information in terms of the club that's happened in the off-season between the last game that we played in Season 5 up until the Servette game today. And then I'll discuss what's going to happen after the Servette match. So the only incoming signing that we've made is Vincent Berlet. You probably remember the two that we signed in the last episode, Araji and Burkhardt. Burkhardt, I believe, has gone on loan straight away because he has got that Liechtenstein nationality, which he does, and he's gone to one of our affiliate teams. Here is Vincent Berlet, who we've signed on a free from Lille. He did have a spell at Nimes last year, which was one of the reasons that I signed him, because his rating was very good for the second division of France. Really happy with the signing. Can play down the left-hand side completely, and potentially, if worse comes to worse, we can stick him at centre-back on a cover role. As I mentioned, played for Nimes in Ligue 2 and has played for Lille 2 as well. Had a couple of games for Lille as well, but not particularly great. And has also played for Laval in France. But overall, I'm really happy with the signing, and hopefully we can develop this man into a Liechtenstein international. Fingers crossed he doesn't get picked up by Belgium. Unfortunately, the inevitable happened with Yanis Latihi. An offer has come in from Real Valladolid for around 8.5 million. We're going to get about 6.25 of that for our transfer budget, but as I mentioned in the last video, he was potentially one of the casualties that was going to be outgoing this season. He hasn't played particularly well last year in terms of his form from recent seasons. It's a shame to see him go, but we will move on and we will use these funds to hopefully try and find somebody better. So with the departure of Latihi, that's brought a little bit of transfer budget into us, and our balance at the moment is 3 million. It was set to about the same transfer budget, but as we have invested in more youth facilities, the budget has gone down. We are looking to bring in a new striker, and I'm not convinced as well that we've got a solid defensive midfielder because of the recent performances from Lacasso, Isik, Siddiqui is okay as a DM, but I'd rather have him as a fullback. And I'll explain that in a moment. But yeah, we are looking at new signings to come in. Hopefully I can show you them in the next episode. Just wanted to show you a player that would potentially be looking to maybe get in is Finn Sommer. Came through the recommendations and has been playing for Borussia Dortmund's second team for quite a while. Looks like a winger, but I'm more convinced about playing Sommer as a striker, as an advanced forward. 5'6" though, so maybe his height is probably going to be a really big disadvantage there. But potentially somebody that we can hopefully develop if we get to the contract stage, because we've only bid £1 million. But I was told that the £1 million should be enough. But yeah, we're looking for a striker definitely, and Sommer might be that guy, but that might change as well. Just wanted to mention a couple of players that didn't get new contracts, and you probably may remember them, or you might not remember them from last year. So Kijaweski has gone to Victoria Köln in Germany. Didn't want to accept a impact sub or a squad role. He was really close to getting Liechtenstein nationality, and I probably would have had him down as a fringe player or somebody as like an impact sub, because he was a decent fullback. Did a brilliant job for us in the 3 seasons that we signed him for. Yeah, I can't complain with his services, but I think it was time to let him go. As well as that, we also got rid of Guilherme Silva. He was potentially somebody that we were going to develop, but I just thought he wasn't really cutting it. He was really far off the Liechtenstein nationality as well. At the moment, he's doing all right for Yeoverdon, but the seasons that we had him, he was really bad for us. So he didn't really get anything from me to really say, yeah, he needs to stay at the club. And then the only other real main player that left was Fabio Cloete. Another player that I was hoping to develop, just never really cut it at Vaduz. I mean, he had a good end of last season, but he was never consistent enough. And I'm not disappointed he's gone. He's also gone to somewhere that my ex-director of football, Franz Bergermeier, is in charge of the director of football role there. So maybe that's the reason why he's gone to Kriens. But who knows? Not too disappointed. But I'll update you in the next video with regards to more transfers. This is the tactic I'm going to go for against Servette today. I've gone back to the 4-1-4-1 formation with the DM and the 2 wingers deeper. Weirdly enough, I put Lampert in the advanced forward role, and to be honest, I wasn't considering this, but then I looked at his ratings for an advanced forward, and although they don't look particularly great, I just need somebody else as an alternative there for a little bit, because I'm not convinced by our strikers at the moment that are coming through the ranks. There's not a lot of consistency, and I'm seeing a lot of strikers on this consistency trait, as well as Lampert in that matter. But I just feel like I'll give him a chance, because the likes of Bella and then Nicolaou, who we signed a couple of seasons ago, I've tried to give this guy a chance, try to get him to, maybe get a goal or something, but he hasn't done it for me at the moment. And then obviously Tobias Feniger is injured. He probably would have started this season, but again, Tobias Feniger is not consistent enough. So that is the team that we've gone with. So it's going to be Boyer in goal as well, because Hulsman's been playing really poorly recently. And then we've got Keller, Rocha, Rego, Burlet. Siddiqui is going to take that defensive midfielder role, as I mentioned. Rajkovic, Karyosha, Goliard, Nataro, and Lampert. And we're going to see how we get on. Hopefully we can get some form of result against Servette today. Here we are for the Servette match, and as you can see, our form hasn't been particularly great. We are going to go with a 4-1-4-1 formation. Servette going with a 4-3-3. They have won their last 3 games, and as you can see, they're currently 4th in the division. We are bottom of the league, just behind Jamax. So far, we did have more possession there for a moment, but that hasn't been the case. Servette early dominating the match or possession. I've just gone with the 4-1-4-1 because we just conceded a lot of goals recently with the 4-3-3. And maybe I need to just revert back to this formation against the bigger teams just to see how we get on. We just need to secure some form of point today, so that we don't get too far away. I mean, in terms of the league table, we're still fairly close to the bottom sort of five, so there's nothing really too much to worry about at the moment. Unfortunately, no highlights so far, but we are coming back into it a little bit. One shot on target, they've had one shot as well. XG showing a little bit more for Servette than ourselves. Marvin Boyer with a save. Nataro's not having a really good time on that left-hand side. Keller's not having a good game on that right-hand side at right back. 2 shots on target now. It looks like we're doing okay at the moment, but unfortunately it's not generating any highlights. But the defence is looking okay. There's a little bit of worry I have for Nataro and Keller. Rego's not having the best of games, but he's just improved there a little bit, and Keller looks like he's just got an injury. So maybe that might be a substitution at half time. No highlights so far, which I'm really surprised about. But from the looks of things, we've been the better team so far. And I will say that of them. Keller's looking a little bit tired, I can't lie. I'm going to put Messinero there because he's been decent in the last couple of games at right back. I'm going to leave Nataro on for now. We've got a corner. Rajkovic goes in, doesn't really lead to anything. Back to Rajkovic again, and he scores. First goal of the season for the Polish man. Nice assist from Goliard there as well. It was a good ball in. Goliard picks it out, and Rajkovic does what he does best. Very difficult for the keeper because it came off the, I think it was the bar or the post there, but 1-0, which is very good. And we got another corner now, Rajkovic. And Messinero scored a header. Brilliant. He's been doing that. Something must have happened in the off season because he scored a few goals from corners. I mean, the keeper there, Fialou, not doing particularly well. It's a shame we couldn't do this in the European tie. Yeah? Maybe I was a bit naive. Maybe I should consider playing this formation a little bit more. But we did have a really good end to last season with the 4-3-3. But the 4-1-4-1 doing pretty well now. I am going to make a couple of changes. So it's going to be, I think, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Karyosha off, I think. Tell you what, we're going to put Lampert back to the advanced playmaker on attack. And then I think we'll give Bella a chance because Nicolaou's not really had a good spell there. And we're also going to swap. I'll tell you what we're actually going to do. We're going to put Burley there. And I think we're going to put Adagi at left back. What's his best role there? Winger support? Winger attack, that'll do. I do like this option of obviously Burley can play down the entire left-hand side, and that would allow, for example, Araji to come in at left back. So it's pretty good. He's been a good signing for us. I mean, he's been one of our best players this season so far, I would say. But everybody performing very well here. Cannot complain. And we've been the better team. 9 shots, 6 on target. Messinero and Rajkovic. Although Rajkovic might be coming off here. He's a little bit tired. And I just want to keep that in mind. So I think Stelia will come on. And what I also might do is I might bring on Luca Beck, I think, at wing back support. One of our youngsters who's been in the reserves for quite a while now, and I just thought I'd give him a chance this year. He's been all right, but he hasn't been particularly brilliant. But I think at 2-0 we're okay. And they've gone to a 4-2, 4-4-2. Sorry, they've gone to a 4-4-2. Looks like a chance for Servette here. I'm just going to be keeping an eye on things. Leroy, Berida, Treveli, Yankovic, lining. It's over the bar. That'll do. Just going to go a bit balanced last 5 minutes or so because we really need this win to just get our season off the ground and running. See how much added time we're going to get. I'm going to waste some time now. And that is it. A 2-0 victory against Servette, and I think we deserved it. Looking at the ratings, it's nice to see a bit of a redemption for there. Disappointed with the strikers, I must admit, but yeah, that's something we need to have a look on in the next couple of weeks in terms of getting a new striker in. Just going to send my assistant to that. So that has put us in a good position now. So after 4 games, we're on 3 points, looking up rather than down, especially with the rivals like St. Gallen and Ushi down there. St. Gallen surprising me down, being at the bottom, but Winterthur looking really good there. I realise I haven't showed you the league table as it is, but there you go. Zurich doing well, Lausanne doing well. And Winterthur is the surprise package, I must admit, at the top so far. So in terms of what we're going to do for the next episode, I think I am going to try and race through this season as much as I can. We have got Lausanne next. I think, depending on where we are, it's either going to be the Lausanne game in November or the home game in February. I know that is a lot of games that potentially could be off the off YouTube, but I feel like just racing through this season as much as I can, and then just get into that 7th season because we need to consistently be in Europe. Yeah, I feel like that is the way forward. Just to race through this season as much as I can, up until the next episode, and then get to that home game at Lausanne. We'll see. I'll see where I am for the November match. Maybe we might have a double header where we do Lausanne 1 video and then the next there'll be another Lausanne match, or we do somebody like Jamax or Logano, somebody like that. I think we've seen everybody from the Super League pretty much on the videos, so I'll keep that in mind. Let me know in the comments what you'd prefer. Would you prefer me to get through as much as the season as possible so that the next one is going to be sort of the Super League, sort of either Championship group or relegation group? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. A really important win there against Servette, and we have pushed ourselves up into the table, which is what I like to see. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's greatly appreciated, as always. And yeah, let me know what you think in terms of the Lausanne match, whether we should do the one in November or February. It'd be greatly appreciated for any feedback on that. But I'll obviously keep you updated as to what has happened since those matches. I think we need a striker. We definitely need a striker, so that will be a top priority for me. And then maybe a defensive midfielder. We do have a couple of youngsters in the under-21 squad, but I'm not convinced they will be ready yet. But I need to have a think about that. Hopefully you've enjoyed the episode. I've enjoyed the 3 points. But as always, Take it easy. Stay safe. Bye, everybody.